Oh my God. Oh my God.
At least 25 people are confirmed dead, and dozens more remain missing after a catastrophic flash flood tore through central Texas on July 4th. Among the missing are over 20 girls from Camp Mystic near Hunt, where floodwaters swept away their cabins, fueled by more than a foot of rain overnight.
There's people in it. Oh my God, there's so many people in it.
Please tell me you're getting this on video.
Yeah, camp's over.
The event has been called a once-in-a-century flood by meteorologists. Kerr and Kendall counties were hit hardest as the Guadalupe River surged over 26 feet in under an hour, wiping out homes, roads, and entire neighborhoods. Dramatic footage shows vehicles being carried downstream and houses collapsing into the current. Rescue crews continue to search by air and water, while damaged infrastructure and widespread power loss slow emergency response. Kerrville Mayor Joe Herring Jr. issued a disaster declaration for the city and, visibly emotional, urged residents to pray.
This came at night when people were asleep in bed. Please pray.
The scale of destruction across the affected areas is unprecedented. Over 300 homes in Kerrville have been destroyed or rendered uninhabitable. Entire neighborhoods were submerged under floodwaters, uprooting trees and knocking down telephone poles. More than 5,000 residents lost power after transformers failed due to flooding. The business district was heavily damaged, with over 50 commercial properties, including medical offices and grocery stores, affected. Preliminary damage estimates exceed $120 million, covering homes, businesses, and infrastructure. Kerrville has confirmed 24 fatalities, with an additional death reported in Kendall County. One of the most tragic outcomes involves the disappearance of 23 girls, ages 12 to 15, from Camp Mystic near Hunt. The girls went missing after floodwaters swept away their cabins in the early hours of July 4th. 3 survivors were found clinging to trees about 3 miles downstream and are being treated for hypothermia. As of the latest reports, tragically 3 of the 23 missing girls, Lainey Landry, Renee Smysterla, and Sarah Marsh, have been found deceased. May their souls rest in peace. Search efforts continue for the remaining missing children. Nearby towns Ingram and Comfort suffered similarly severe impacts. In Ingram, 4 RV parks were completely destroyed, with trailers swept into ravines or piled together. 5 residents remain missing. In Comfort, the Guadalupe River surged 26 feet within 45 minutes, breaching a levee designed for 20-foot floods. 2 bridges collapsed, cutting off access to local ranches. The Comfort Airport's runway remained underwater for 48 hours, grounding emergency flights. Rural roads across Kendall County remain closed due to damage, and a dam failure near Center Point caused a secondary flood wave affecting 4 subdivisions. San Angelo and Tom Green County also experienced flooding, receiving up to 10 inches of rain overnight, 10 times its normal July rainfall. Authorities urged residents to shelter in place due to rapidly flooding streets and hazardous conditions. The region's dry soil became saturated quickly, increasing flash flood risk. Agricultural losses extend across Kerr, Kendall, Bandera, Gillespie, and Llano counties. At least 700 cattle drowned. Barns, feed silos, and fencing were destroyed or washed away. Entire hayfields and feedstock were lost. Some reports estimated that livestock losses alone are valued over $2 million. Floodwater contamination threatens further livestock deaths due to polluted grain and feed. Water utilities failed in several areas after treatment plants were compromised by floodwaters. Kerrville and Ingram issued boil water advisories to protect residents from potential contamination. In rural Kendall County, turbidity levels in raw water sources spiked to over 500 NTU, far exceeding safe drinking water standards. Comfort's water system was offline for 72 hours due to damage. Officials estimate it will take at least 10 days to fully restore safe drinking water.
Oh.
Schools and community centers have been converted into emergency shelters, housing more than 1,200 evacuees. Local hospitals are treating flood victims for injuries, including lacerations, hypothermia, and infections caused by exposure to contaminated water. The flooding was caused by a stalled mesoscale convective system that directed warm, moist Gulf air over the hill country from the evening of July 3rd through July 4th. Rainfall peaked at over 6 inches per hour, with totals exceeding 12 inches in many locations. The repeated targeting of the same drainage basins led to rapid runoff, as saturated and dry soils could not absorb the water. The steep terrain funneled water into narrow channels, overwhelming rivers and levees. The Guadalupe River near Hunt crested at 26 feet, its second highest level on record. Residents had less than 20 minutes to evacuate after flash flood warnings were issued. Rescue and recovery efforts involve over 800 personnel from FEMA, the National Guard, Coast Guard, fire departments, EMS, and sheriff's offices. Helicopters, drones, and sonar-equipped boats survey flooded areas and assist search operations. Power restoration crews work non-stop to restore electricity to over 3,000 homes and businesses. Boil water advisories remain in effect, with mobile water distribution sites active. Road crews are assessing damage to highways and rural bridges, expecting full reopening within 3 to 4 weeks.
Oh my God, oh my God. Oh no. Oh my God.
State and local agencies coordinate financial aid, mental health support, and planning for flood mitigation and future risk reduction. Emergency responders and volunteers have performed over 40 helicopter airlifts and 60 boat rescues within the first 24 hours. Mobile triage units have been set up at hospitals to manage patient overflow, while shelters provide food, clothing, and hygiene supplies. Volunteers, including veterinarians and students, assist with livestock rescue. Coordination among city, county, and federal teams remains strong despite challenging conditions, helping prevent further loss of life. To the families mourning those lost in this disaster, we offer our deepest condolences. There are no words to ease the pain of losing someone so suddenly and tragically. For those still waiting for news of missing loved ones, we recognize the anguish and uncertainty you are facing. The waiting is agonizing, and the fear is constant. This catastrophic event has left a deep scar on the community, affecting many lives in profound ways. Everyone impacted, whether through loss, injury, displacement, or destruction, is in our thoughts. We acknowledge the gravity of this tragedy and stand with all who are struggling to cope with its aftermath. If you found this report informative and helpful, then please like and share it to others. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay aware.
1812 Coke Street. Still waiting on water rescue. If anyone has any boats or jet skis to help us get my in-laws and the other elderly on the road out.